Hi, and welcome to Audiology Talk. My name is Laura Prigge,
And my name is Tony Lombardo.
and today we are going to talk to you about how to set up the video otoscope in your routine for AMTAS testing.
Yes, fantastic. So the first thing you need is a GSI video otoscope and your AMTAS system. And from there, you'll want to plug your otoscope in and open up the GSI config app for AMTAS.
Yep, and then what you'll notice is you have a new option on the configuration application at the bottom here. It's called Otoscope, and if you go in here, then you can see there are a few things that you can do. Number one, we have a selected camera. It will always be the VGA webcam, so you may have to select that from your integrated camera, and then you also can push test to get a live video of what's happening. Nice. So we're testing that camera there. Now, the next thing that we see is we see that there are test images, and you can select how many images you want to be captured from your AMTAS routine.
Yeah. So basically, you've got an automatic report that's going to generate with whatever you define to begin with. So whatever you want to capture. So here under test images or test images, you've got canal, outer ear, and other. And that just allows you to set each of these different picture types up. So let's go ahead and click on canal and set this up. The nice thing about this is that, with AMTAS, one of the features of AMTAS just in general is that it does not require an audiologist to directly supervise while the test is going on. And in fact, in a lot of places, clinicians are using a trained technician in order to set people up for AMTAS, so placing the transducers and explain the test to them. But now we've got an additional option with the otoscope. So we can set up and we can set it up so that we have, first of all, the number of images that we want to capture for each of the different categories. And then we also have the ability to put in some instructions in there. So just some reminders that for the person that is going to be capturing these images. But the really cool thing is you can also put in example images of what you're looking for, and an example of a good image, an example of a bad image. So what we'll do is we'll just navigate to a couple of pictures that we've taken previously. And so here is a really nice picture of an eardrum, what we want to capture, and then, contrast that to maybe a picture of the canal wall or a giant chunk of wax like on the side of the canal, so that when your technician is taking these images, they have that visual to be able to guide them through making sure they're capturing a really good image.
So when you have your test images set up and your reminders and your instructions for the technician, you can just go ahead and start the test. Now, what we're going to do is just review workflow, because this is where you determine what's going to happen before, during, and after the test. Of course, otoscopy is something that you do before, and we have these other options here that you can choose to implement or not implement. So if you have a consent form, wonderful. If not, uncheck it. If you want to display the patient information screen, feel free to keep that one indicated. And basically, AMTAS is just going to walk you through each one of these tasks that you have selected before it does the evaluation. So we will just hit get started and see what it looks like. So when you start the test, you press get started. The first thing that is going to pop up on my screen, because this is the first thing that I've selected, is the patient information. And I've selected a few things that I need as the compulsory information there. Hit continue, and now it's going to take me to otoscopy. You can see here that I do have the camera on. It's a live video, so I can do my otoscopy. I have my reminders over here on the right. It's a great picture there. You can take up to 3 pictures on this particular side, and I can decide which ones of these I want. So I'm going to select maybe the first one and the second one, because I feel like those are going to be good options for my reviewing audiologist. And then I will hit continue. And now we are on otoscopy left ear. So you can, again, we'll put the video otoscope in there. Looking good. Here we go. And I am so confident with this third one, I'm just going to pick that one and hit continue. And now it's going to move on to the next step, which is the actual AMTAS evaluation. So I think that this is a great addition for any sort of store and forward teleaudiology. Anytime that you have AMTAS deployed where you want to have a better look at the full picture of the patient's ear and ear health.
Yeah. And the really awesome part of it is that when you're done with the testing, so the patient completes the AMTAS section, you're not only going to get your AMTAS report. If you've got a noise monitor, you get your noise report, but now you also get this beautiful otoscopy report with the pictures already placed into position.
Excellent. Well, stay tuned to our social media to learn more about all the new exciting things in AMTAS and at GSI. Thanks for watching.